Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Erwin, and today we are going to be talking about Wonderman. That's right. And if you're wondering why I'm talking about this movie now and not when it was released a long time ago, this besides just blaming myself for time management, marketing. Where was it? Where was the marketing in this movie? It was terrible compared to other shows like Daredevil right now, and they're just like throwing it out there right away. I don't know what it was about this one in particular that there was just no marketing for this whatsoever, and I'm kind of shocked because this show only 9 episodes, things like 8 or 9 episodes only, so it was pretty short, 30 minutes long for each episode. Pretty great, right? So this show was created by where was it? Where'd you go? 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 I'm gonna have to go to the casting crew real quick. Let's see. Do 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 do. Where is the casting crew in this? Cast cast. Okay, but where's the crew? I care about the writers and the directors, so I want to know who it was. I know one of them, but I want to credit. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. We got the directors right here and the creators, right? Director Destin Daniel Cretton. He directed some episodes. Tiffany Johnson, Stella Magni, and James Ponsoldt directed some other episodes as well. The writers for this, no, there's like 20. Oh my god, there's like 30 writers. Oh my gosh, where this was the strike? Okay, I digress. Right? Destin Daniel Cretton, he was the creator for the show. So was Andrew Guest. And then they also gave credit to Wonderman for Jack Kirby, Stan Lee. Here we go, Don Heck. Nice, nice, nice. Now let's go back. Now, who plays Wonderman, right? Also, if you guys didn't know, Destin Daniel Cretton, he also directed Shang-Chi. He's directing the new Spider-Man movie. Yeah, yeah, I love Shang-Chi. So that's why when I saw that, I was like, dang, he was co-creating this? It's going to be good. And I was not disappointed. I'll say that. I was not disappointed. So, Wonder Man is played by I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm gonna butcher it so bad. Yahya Abdul Matin the second. Close enough. Ben Kingsley. There we go. Another one. If you remember Ben Kingsley, he played the Mandarin in several. And since Iron Man 3 showed up in Shang-Chi, now he's in Wonder Man, which is crazy. I'm surprised that he keeps coming back, to be perfectly honest. Man, I still remember when he first showed up in, besides this Iron Man 3, but I think it's like one of those Marvel one-shot. And if you guys remember that from the bonus features, you would see Marvel one-shot and it'd just be like a 30-minute or even like 20 minutes of just some like random scene or something or some random moment like after the movie ended or like before, or it would set up something else. But dang, that's crazy. He's been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that long. But I've always been a big fan of Yahya Abdul Matin the second. I'm gonna say Matin. Abdul Matin. I'm gonna say Muhammad. Abdul Matin second. I've always been a big fan of this guy right here. I definitely think he has so much more potential as an actor because I loved him in Aquaman, the first one, obviously. And then I remember seeing him in Matrix Resurrections, Candyman. Candyman was so underrated. I don't think a lot of people saw that movie, or if they did, they just completely hated it because it was nothing like the original. But I definitely enjoyed it for what it was. Oh, Trial of Chicago 7. That one was great too, guys. If you guys haven't seen it, also amazing. No, Us as well. Man, he was in a lot of things, but I was so excited to see him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, especially for Wonder Man. I didn't really know much about Wonder Man. I just remember seeing the big W in comics of him, and I'm like, what does he do? What is he? He's supposed to be all powerful, and he kind of was. In this show, they definitely showcase it, but the show itself is about a small time actor, Simon Williams, struggles to reckon with his personal life while hiding his superpowers as he tries to land his dream role. Meanwhile, a shady government agent leverages a new friendship in order to save his own job. Right? In this shady government, yeah, it's like this task force. If you remember, it's the same task force that was in Spider Man No Way Home, And if you remember, there's like a certain agent. His name is Agent Clary. By his name is Arian Moayed, the actor. He shows up again in the show because they need to prove that in order to have like this big facility for vigilantes or just like bad people with superpowers, they need people to put in there because if not, they're going to get defunded and then they need to put the money somewhere, right? So this agent, he's like, we need to get somebody. What if Wonderman? What if Wonderman is a bad person? We need him to have we need him to do his superpower moments, and so that way he's considered bad, right? And so he gets the help of the Mandarin and uses him as the acting his using his acting background and to get connected with Wonderman because the actor Simon Williams, he wants to be an actor. That's his passion. More than anything, he wants to be an actor, right? But which is so interesting because there's this one episode in this show where I genuinely loved, and it's whenever it cuts back to the past and it was black and white, and it was showing Josh Gad, and I was like, Josh Gad, what the heck? And it's like genuinely Josh Gad, the actor's like Josh Gad, and you basically see him befriend a superhero because the superhero saved his life and brings him along, shows him like showbiz. The This new guy becomes an actor, basically a superpower human becomes an actor, gets super famous, indulges in everything and all, but eventually I guess the fame and money gets to him and I don't know, I guess he just loses control of his powers or something. And the power that he has is just basically he's able to transport people through his stomach and eventually it gets to the point where Josh Gad and him were doing like another movie together, and Josh Gad goes through his stomach, and I guess he was having stomach issues for I don't know what it was. I think it was like him eating too much or doing drugs or something, right? And then he was just gone, disappears from the face of this earth, not returned or nothing. And ever since that moment happened, there's been this new act where no super no person who has superpowers can ever act in a movie or show ever again, right? So you get like that's the pressure that Simon Williams has because he's obviously has like amazing superpowers, but his true passion is acting, and he can't let anybody know that he has these superpowers in order for him to pursue acting, right? While the Mandarin, Ben Kingsley's character, is trying to befriend him and trying to make him like look more suspicious, make him look more of a villain, more of like a vigilante, in order to help the agents that is trying to get him in, right? But overall, the main thing I got from this show was their relationship, right? Simon Williams and Ben Kingsley, so the Mandarin, their relationship in this movie or not movie, this TV show carries the entirety of this show because they work so well together. I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, they have great chemistry. I was like, this is amazing. And then I think another pro for me was the lack of action, and I say that knowing that I'm like I love action, but the lack of action in this show, I think it adds more whenever action does happen because I can count maybe like 3 or 4 times where there were actual scenes where actual explosions happen, and I'm just like, whoa, but it feels so real and authentic that because on those moments that there were actual like scenes that were happening where it was like a big explosion or something that it felt really raw and real and it connected to his emotions because a lot of times he was only able to showcase his powers is whenever he gets very stressful, anxious, or angry, and you definitely feel that. And I think that's why he's such a great actor and he portrayed those emotions so well. And we definitely get to see more of Ben Kingsley's character. I'm trying to remember his act. What's his name? Trevor Slattery, yes. We get to see a little bit more of his past, like what he wants. Of course, he still wants to act. That's his passion as well. But he carries a Mandarin right behind his back, and that's how everyone sees him. So that one was like, that's I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy just to see him still playing, and honestly, it's still interesting to see what he has more to showcase. I'm kind of shocked by it, but overall, guys, this show is pretty good. Honestly, I think it's worth a watch. I'm hopeful that there's another season coming, or somehow Wonderman himself gets connected more to the MCU. I don't know what the difference is between it's like Marvel. It's like is this Marvel Spotlight and then there's Marvel Television? What's the difference? I don't understand. Isn't it all in the cinematic universe? But overall, I definitely recommend watching this show if you guys haven't seen it because the marketing for this terrible. I don't know what it was going on here. Like what I wanted to see more. Like I wish I don't know. I wish this show was like presented more to the audience so that way they get I guess like for people to understand like sometimes like I understand like this show was coming out during the time when Disney was trying to push like 30,000 shows on us and they wanted to slow it down and I guess this included one of the shows that actually was pretty good. It was pretty good and they were like, "Yeah, but we're still not going to advertise it." And it's like, "Okay, well, whatever, fine." But overall guys, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe down below. If you guys seen this show, talk about it. I want to hear about it. I want to hear everyone else's thoughts and opinions because I haven't heard anything. And I'll catch you guys next time.